Welcome to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, of course, presented by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by Price and Randall, injury attorneys, Lake Expo Real Estate, lakeexpo.com, MoDOT, Save Mo Lives, Slumberland Furniture, Slumberland at the Lake, and New Spring Wellness Center. And our friends from Tipton are with us here, the head coaches, boys and girls, Michael Reeves, Jason Culpepper, Jason also the principal, and everything else in Tipton. I think they've crowned you king in Tipton or something like that, right? I mean, so the boys last year finished 12-16, finished strong, won 6 of 7, 4 in a row toward the end of the season. So you guys really came on strong at the end of the year. The girls, 27-5. Went to the Final Four again. So you have won 25 or more games 8 years in a row now. So if anybody's counting, right, including a state championship a couple years ago. And I see that you celebrated 300 wins for your career, I think last year, right?
Yep,
so,
against Rockbridge.
Wow, against Rockbridge, a Class 6 team. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, kind of the threshold to be in the Missouri Hall of Fame is about 300 wins. So you're on track, baby, right?
Sure.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it. So there you go. Okay, so the girls continually have been making it to the Final Four. How many years in a row now?
5 of 6.
Okay.
Missed the 2022 season.
Okay, so that one season in there, as we mentioned, you won a state championship. Last couple years, you ran into a buzzsaw in the semifinals and won the consolation game the last couple of years. The two teams that finished in front of you last year, I think, have moved up to Class 3 now.
Yep.
So you're not going to have to deal with Skyline or St. Vincent.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So who's going to be your big competition this year?
I mean, it's kind of like one of those things, whenever you get the classes set, you kind of start looking out there at different teams. St. Vincent was a team last year that kind of got on my radar probably about Christmas.
Yeah.
You just never know. The state of Missouri is so big, and, a couple kids moving here or there changes things. Class 1 team moving up, Class 3 team moving down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that, kind of factor into that. As of right now, everybody's record's either really bad, 0-1, or really good, 1-0. So it's tough. It's tough right now. That'll be kind of, around Christmas break, I'll start really diving into that and start collecting films on teams that I think will be possible, teams that we could see down the road.
Yeah.
So try to start collecting a little bit of information on some teams.
Sometimes they come out of nowhere. Last year with St. Vincent, they got 2 sisters that moved into town, and they were studs. Yeah. And but again, they moved up to Class 3. The boys, you're in a unique situation, Coach Reeves, because the Tipton Cardinals make the state championship game in Class 1 in football, which is fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations. The bad thing is 17 of your players are playing football.
Yes.
So you don't have them on the basketball team yet. So.
Yeah. No, it's a great thing to have. I mean, any success the kids can have, we love it. So it's been fun watching them play. Practice has been a little different, so.
Yeah, with 4 guys, right?
Yeah, but no, we all go to the games, cheer them on, so we're still very proud of them.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. All right, so we've got the Tipton coaches here. We'll have more with them when we come back on the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show.
What's like and follow?
Phones are very distracting. Which is why Missouri now has a law against holding a phone while driving.
Dude, what are you doing? You can't hold your phone while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Buckle up.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers pediatrics at 2 lake locations and 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic, offering same-day appointments. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone, whether you live at the lake or just here visiting. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Cyber Week at Slumberland is here. Up to 60% off list. Incredible deals like an Ashley Midnight Madness sectional for $8.49. Plus a best-selling Lazy Boy recliner for just $3.99. Or an Ashley Chime Peak mattress for just $197. Deals so big, prices so low, all week long. Plus, no interest till 2029 on qualifying purchases. Get these deals while they last. It's Cyber Week, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Heck yeah.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show. Got the head coaches of the Tipton Cardinals with us. Michael Reeves, men's coach, finished really strong last year. Jason Culpepper, the women's coach, perennial Final Four teams, won a state championship a couple years ago. So for the guys, when you do get all your football players back, they went to state championship game this year. Haven't had any practices with them because they've been playing football. How long does it take to get them back in the system and basketball ready? I'm guessing that's not an overnight thing.
No, it takes a little bit of time. As you said, last year we finished out strong, winning 6 of 7, I believe, and it takes time doing that, especially with a young roster as we had last year. This year we returned quite a bit, so I'm hoping it doesn't take as long, but once we get them back, we'll have 3 practices under our belt, play Slater that Thursday, and Slater will be on game number 7, so it will be a step behind, but with this group I think we'll be fine and get into it a little bit quicker.
Right. So the girls, you guys don't rebuild, you just reload, right? Because you're in the Final Four every year kind of a thing. What do you have coming back? I looked at your roster the other day and I see a lot of the family names in there, some of the younger sisters from girls you've had before. Who do you look to lead the way for you this year?
Our 4 seniors that we returned off last year's team, that all 4 started for us last year. Anna Crane, Maddie Carvajal, All-State 3 times, Clara Williams, who's been All-District, All-Conference 3 times. She's just been snubbed from the All-State list because it's really hard to get 4 players on the All-State list whenever you only have 20 girls. And then Ava Slotzauer, who's been 2-time All-Stater. Ava and Clara both played significant minutes for the state title team in 23 as freshmen. So those 4 are going to be the ones we really look to. And then we also have Lara Petrie, who starts as a junior, Kaylee Kohler, who didn't play last year as a sophomore, but as a freshman, she played significant minutes for us as a freshman as a post, which kind of allows Ava to go out to a guard on offense because Ava's probably our best shooter.
Wow.
So it gives us the ability to stretch the floor a little bit with Ava going out to the 4, and then still allows her to guard the post if it's a 6-footer or something like that. And then we have incoming freshman Anna Dick, who's probably the best or second best on our team as far as distributing the basketball. She's got really good court vision, handles the basketball extremely well. She's still working on becoming a consistent shooter, but the way she can defend, rebound for her size, distribute the basketball, she's going to play a lot of minutes. I think in our first game she played 24 minutes. So she's going to play a lot. And then we have Emma Beshton, who was our 6th man in the Final Four last year. She'll get some minutes at the backup post position. And then Olivia Helms, another freshman that can really shoot it. She'll get some minutes. And then we have a few sophomores. Alice Beshton, she's really been coming on strong. Her brother Andrew plays for the boys. And then Nina Allison, we'll look for her to play some defensive minutes here and there to, kind of give our other guards some rest. So we actually have a deep team this year, which is unusual. We haven't had this much depth in a long time. So it'll be nice to have some depth to play some, girls deeper in the games to get more experience for later on.
Well, and as good as your girls team is, you win a lot of games by a big margin, which probably allows you to get a lot of these players in too, which is kind of a nice thing to have. And I've also noticed how you have a lot of younger players on that team, which bodes well for the future because they're going to be coming along, in future years too. So that's always a good thing. So we're talking basketball with the Tipton coaches, Tipton Cardinals. Boys football team goes to the state championship game in Class 2. Class 1 in football. They play in Class 2 in basketball. So we'll continue to talk about that, the season ahead, and so much more when we come back on the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
For our Lake area teams, they've got their eye on the prize this season with big aspirations.
And basketball can be similar to driving, where sometimes it can be a matter of focus and attention.
Distracted driving led to over 25 fatal crashes on Missouri roadways in 2024 alone.
So be a part of the solution and not another statistic.
Always remember to buckle up and put your phones down. This reminder to drive safe, boat safe, brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show, talking hoops with the Tipton head basketball coaches, Michael Reeves, Jason Culpepper. High school basketball, these kids are supposed to be learning life lessons, and you're teaching those. Winning is awfully fun when you can win, but it's not the most important thing in high school basketball. How do you balance the hard work? Because it is a lot of hard work. There's a lot of sweating going on out there. The hard work and the fun. How do you try to balance that out and make it fun while you're working them, crazy?
So we just balance it out. Like you said, we're trying to teach them life lessons. Mm-hmm. So we have them work on their time skills. We always have them morning practices. They've always got to be here on this time. If they're not, then there's punishment for the team. So,
right.
We're trying to teach those life lessons. But again, it is high school for these kids. A lot of them, for my sport particularly, basketball is not their sport. So we have to find a way to make it fun while still trying to compete for where we know they can be for the kids who do really enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about for the girls? How do you balance the hard work and the fun?
I think that a lot of times there's give and take with the fun and hard work.
Yeah.
You mentioned winning is a lot of fun.
That is fun, yeah.
And so you gotta balance kind of your whole year. So like in the summer, for example, both programs, boys and girls, typically make a trip somewhere during the summer. This past summer we went down to Florida. We went down to the Destin area and we played 6 games against some really good competition down there. And while we were down there to play basketball, we were also down there to have fun. Mm-hmm. Team bonding, you were able to stay down there. A lot of the parents were able to come, and we had a parents' house and a player's house, and so it's good for the whole program to bond together like that and have the parents be able to hang out, the kids be able to hang out and have a good time. But also, during the year, there's also times that you get to have fun, whether it's team meals or stopping and doing stuff after games or mm-hmm. before practice or just having some, lighthearted moments during practice. And then occasionally you get to go to something like a Bill Rose shootout down there in Springfield we're going to next weekend where it's a 2-day shootout. So, they put us up in a hotel for 2 days. And during that time, they also give you free play over at the Topgolf. So, you find ways to have fun. And, what I found through the years is a lot of times the girls just enjoy being together, hanging out outside of basketball too, because while all 12 of them or 16 of them might not be best friends off the court, they still enjoy each other while they're there doing basketball-oriented stuff, whether it's, going to the mall or whatever. You still have that time where you're going to be able to hang out and have fun with a different set of girls than maybe you hang out with.
That's a really good point. A lot of the fun is them just being able to hang out with each other, whether it's the guys or the girls. And the Tipton ladies have become so successful you do a tournament every year, and now you've started to invite like big name teams from other states to come in and play in this tournament. I think Caitlin Clark's high school team was invited this year and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice to have that reputation.
Yeah, we have 16 teams coming in. There's 8 players that are ranked in the top 100 nationally.
Wow.
I think there's 12 D1 signees that will be there from Missouri, Incarnate Word, Staley, Tipton in California represent Missouri, and then there's Bishop Miege from Kansas, who has 25 state titles. Dowling Catholic, Iowa, where Caitlin Clark's from, they have a Mizzou signee that's a senior this year. Farmington, Arkansas, who's 3-time state champions in a row down there in Class 5, and they might not even be the best Arkansas team that's coming. So,
wow.
It's a loaded field, a really good opportunity just to grow the game of basketball in our area and be able to provide that opportunity for, local people to come watch really high-level basketball that they can, see in person instead of watching on TV.
Yeah, and that's all happening at Tipton.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, go try to watch Tipton basketball, boys and girls, because it is pretty amazing. We're so blessed in this part of the country with great basketball. Pretty much on all levels. So good luck this season, guys. Appreciate it. We will have them back for an in-season coaches show in late February, just before the playoffs. So that'll be a lot of fun. Be looking for that. Thank you. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And good luck on the way home in the snowstorm. And thank you for joining us for the COMC High School Basketball Coaches Show.